Data from Kenya's central bank indicates that Kenya's earnings from the continent in the first 4 months of 2018 stood at $714 million. This is a 4.5% drop compared to last year and the lowest in 8 years. Kenya is among countries championing a free trade area for the continent. At the moment, intra-African trade stands at 16%.
Fundamentally, first we need to start believing ourselves. And that's when trade will start. We still believe that I'm better off buying an imported shirt because it's made in, wherever, India or China, and maybe we can't make it. But little do we realize that if you go to the Kenyan EPZs, for example, we do production for Calvin Klein, Tommy Hilfiger, it all comes back as second hand, and that's okay. But we just don't buy from ourselves. So we have a fundamental problem that imported is good. And that's where the problem lies.
If everybody around us outside the continent is now rushing into Africa, shouldn't we be ourselves rushing to help ourselves and become, put our hands together, to exploit our own resources?
The Afreximbank says a lack of infrastructure and market and trade information favors trade with other countries outside of the continent.
There's a huge lack of information, trade information in particular, and that basically hampers that kind of trade. So you see a country that is importing something from abroad when actually the country next door or in the same region is the one producing it.
Let's not just talk. Let's have action for a change. Let us basically surprise the world.
To close the trade and information gap, Afreximbank will convene an intra-African trade fair in Cairo, Egypt in December to provide trade and market information and connect buyers and sellers from across the continent. Sarah Kimani, SABC News, Kenya.